Okay, so picture this. A university with a student body that's bigger than a lot of cities, but with no traditional lecture halls. Sounds kind of crazy, right? Well, today we're going to explore this incredible educational experiment that's been running for over 2 decades.
Just look at this number, over 165,000. That's how many students are enrolled there right now. It's just a staggering scale, which immediately makes you ask, how on earth do they manage that?
And this is their mission: world-class education at your doorstep. Now, that is a very bold promise, especially when you're serving students in some pretty remote areas. It seems almost impossible. So how do they even begin to make that a reality? To figure out the what, we've got to start with the what. So let's get into it. What exactly is this massive institution? The first thing you need to know is that the Virtual University, or VU, is a public, government-backed institution. Its whole mission, right from day one, was to use modern tech, information and communication technology, to deliver education across the country, and even beyond. This wasn't just some side project, it was its entire reason for being. It was founded way back in 2002, which made it a real pioneer for e-learning in the region. And today, its reach is genuinely global. It's not just for students in Pakistan, but also for the huge community of Pakistanis living all over the world. It's a pretty amazing way to connect them back home through education.
Now, take a look at who's running the show. It's not just academics. The Board of Governors is this really powerful blend of government ministries, telecom regulators, and financial experts, all working alongside the university's leaders. And this setup is super strategic. It makes sure the university's growth is perfectly in step with the country's technology and infrastructure goals.
So this brings us to the most important question, right? What is it actually like to be a student at VU? How does the learning happen day to day? Here it is, the core of their whole system. It's a hybrid model. They combine the total flexibility of online learning with the seriousness of in-person proctored exams. It really gives students the best of both worlds. You can learn at your own pace, but you have to prove what you know in a controlled, traditional setting. So what does a semester actually look like? Well, it starts with you getting all your lectures and materials online. Throughout the term, you're doing assignments and quizzes on their special website, the VU LMS. But, and this is the key part, when it's time for the big exams like midterms and finals, you have to physically go to one of their campuses. No ifs, ands, or buts. Now, that last part, the in-person exams, means they need actual physical locations. And this is where the name Virtual University gets a little bit ironic and a whole lot more interesting. Remember that huge number of students? Well, here's another number for you. Over 200. That's how many physical campuses the Virtual University has. A university that calls itself a university without walls has actually built over 200 of them to make its system work. This network is absolutely massive. These campuses are spread out over 125 cities, making sure that pretty much every student has a center they can get to. And get this, for some of the science courses, they even have mobile science labs that literally bring the high-tech research equipment right to the students. How cool is that? This huge network is built on a really clever mix. Some of the locations are own campuses, which are run directly by the university, but most of them are private virtual campuses, run by private partners. This public-private partnership is the secret sauce. It's what let the university build out a nationwide physical network with incredible speed and efficiency. So it's clear VU has mastered large-scale education for the present. But what about the future? I mean, where does a university that's literally built on technology go from here? Yeah, they are not standing still, that's for sure. They're already digging into how AI can create personalized learning paths for every single student. They're exploring blockchain for things like tamper-proof digital degrees. They're even experimenting with virtual reality and the metaverse for more immersive experiences, like labs. They were born from the internet, and they are absolutely determined to evolve with it. And their vision is looking outward too. By partnering up with international universities, they're bringing in a wider range of courses and global perspectives for their students. The goal is always to deliver on that promise of a world-class education, connecting them not just to Pakistan, but to the entire world. And this all brings us to one final, really fascinating question. For 2 decades, the Virtual University of Pakistan has proven that a public, hybrid, tech-first model can work, and work at an incredible scale. So, as technology continues to blur every boundary we have, You just have to wonder, could this Pakistani innovation actually become the blueprint for the future of public education everywhere?